Hi everyone. Hope you all are good. We are here for grade 8 math. You can find all the lessons on apstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password as provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab. There you can find a list of the chapters. We can start with the chapter functions. The lessons we're going to cover today are constant rate of change, evaluate a linear function, complete a table for linear function. Okay, let's just start with the first lesson, that rate of change. This graph shows how the number of hours Tracy can have in garden is related to the number of packets she purchases. So you are gonna graph. You have to calculate the rate change, right? You can select any 2 points on the graph. So here is the first point, 0 and 1, and here is the other, that is 0, 1, and 1. Right? Basically, the rate of change is same as slope, right? You can see that the change in y divided by change in x. So rate of change and slope is the same thing. You have to calculate the rate of change or slope. You have to do y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. 5 minus 1 is 4. That means the slope is 4. So the rate of change is 4 flowers per seed packet. Got it? Let's just start with the test questions. The graph shows how the total number of stuffed animals Desmond has in his collection is linked to the amount of money he spent on additional stuffed animals. So let's just select any 2 points on the graph. Here is the 1 point and here is the other. For this point, the coordinates are 20 and 30. And for this one, they are 60 and 40. So let's just calculate this total. That is y2 minus y1 and x2 minus x1. That is 10 divided by 40. So the correct option is 0.25. Option number 1 is the correct option. Got it? The correct option is option number 1, that is 0.25. Option number 1 is the correct option. This graph shows how the cost of Ali's graduation picnic depends on the number of attendees. What is the rate of change? You have to calculate the rate of change. So let's just select any 2 points on the slope. Here is the first one, and here is the second. For the first one, x is 0, y is 20. And for the second one, x is 20 and y is 60. So that would be y2 minus y1, 60 minus 20 is 40. And 20 minus 0 is 20. So the correct option is 2. So the slope is 2. Got it? The correct option is 2. This graph shows how the total length Cora has knit depends on the number of nights she spent knitting. What? So which is the correct to calculate the rate of change? So here is the first point. X is 0, y is 40. And here's the second one. X is 20 and y is 70. So let's just calculate this slope. That is 70 minus 40 and 20 minus 0, that is 30 over 20, or 3 by 2, that is 1.5. Option number 2 is the correct option, that is 1.5. The graph shows how the total distance Sam runs depends on the number of track practices he attends. What is the rate of change? You have to calculate the rate of change, right? So for the rate of change, you have to select any 2 points on the graph. Here is the first one, and here is the any 2 points, right? Here is the second one. For the first one, x is 0, y for one, x is 30, y is 70. So that minus 10 and 3 minus 0. That is 6 over 30. So the slope of the graph or the rate of change is 2. The correct option is 2. Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. The next lesson is evaluate a linear function. So let's just start with the lesson. Okay, use the function t equals s minus 1 to find the value of t when s equals to, you have to calculate the value of t and you are given the value of s, right? So basically you have to substitute the value of s in the function. The function is s minus 1. So replace the s with the value. S is 2. So that will be 2 minus 1. So 2 minus 1 is 1. So that means when s is 2, t equals 1. Got it? Let's just start with the test questions. Use the function u equals a plus 9 to find the value of u when a equals 10. So here is the function is u equals a plus 9, right? And you are given a is 10. So replace the a with the value in the you have to substitute the value of a. So that will be 10 plus 9 equals 19. So the correct option is 19. Option number 1 is the correct option. Got it? Okay, the next one is use the function c equals a plus 3 to find the value of c when a equals 4. So which is the correct option? Yes, the correct option is option number 1, that is second. Use the function j equals s minus 1 to find the value of j when s equals 5. So which is the correct option? The correct option is yes, j equals 4. Option number 2 is the correct option. Use the function n equals f plus a to find the value of n when f equals 2. So which is the correct option? The correct option is yes, that's then option number 2 is the correct option. Use the function b equals u minus 2 to find the value of b when u equals 5. So what is the value of b, which is the correct option? The correct option is find the value of b when what is the value of b? The correct option. Yes, 5 minus 2 is 3. Option number 1 is the correct option. So b equals 3. Use the function s equals n plus 10 to find the value of s when n equals 6. So which is the correct option? The correct option is n equals 16. Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. The next lesson is complete a table for a linear function. So now we are going to learn how do we complete a table for the linear function, right? Read the following description of a relation. An electronic store has 10 permanent employees who work all year. The store also hires some temporary employees who work during the busy holiday season. Let A represents the number of temporary employees and B represents the total number of employees during the holiday shopping season. Complete the table using the function B equals A plus 10. So you are given the equation you have to use to complete the table. You have the one value is missing when A equals 4, you need to calculate the value of B. You are given the equation B equals A plus 10. So simply replace the A by the value. You need to find the value of B for A equals 4. So substitute A equals 4 in the equation. So then 10 plus 4 equals 40. That means if when A equals 4, B equals 40. Okay. So basically, you have to use the equation to complete the table. You just have to put the value of the one of the variable in the equation and you can find the value of the other variable. Got it? Okay, let's just start with the test questions. Read the following description of a relationship. Each shuttle bus has 10 passenger seats. Let B represents the number of shuttle buses and S represents the number of passenger seats. Complete the table using the function S equals 10B. You are given the function S equals 10B, right? You need to calculate the value of S for B equals 1 and B equals 2. First, replace B equals 1. So 10 times 1 is 10. That means when B equals 1, S equals 10. Got it? Now, when B equals 2, replace the B by 2, so 10 times 2 is 20. So that means when S is 1, B is 1, S equals 10. When B equals 2, S equals 20. So the correct option is option number 1. You can see the ability tables now. And so the correct option is option number 1. Got it? Okay, so option number 1 is the correct option. Complete the table using the function T equals S plus 7. So you need to calculate the value of T when S equals 1, right? You have to calculate the value of T when S equals 1. Sorry, when T equals 1, replace S equals 1 with or substitute S equals 1. So we have 1 plus 7 that equals 8. That means when S equals 1, T equals 8. The correct option is T equals 8. The correct option is option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, complete the table using the function y equals 3x. So which is the correct option? When you have to calculate the value of y when x equals 1 and x equals. The correct option is yes, that's option number 2. When x equals 1, y equals 3, and when x equals 3, y is 9. Option number 2 is the correct option. Okay, complete the table using b equals 4p. So which is the correct option? Option 1 or option 2? correct option is that's option number two is the correct option, right? Because P equals 4, P you have to calculate the value of P for P equals 4. So 4 times 4 is 16. Option number two is the correct option. Okay, complete the table using the function P equals C plus 4. So which is the correct option? You have to calculate the value of what's wrong with. You have to calculate the value of P when C equals 4 and the equation is P equals C plus 4. So which is the correct option? The correct option is 4 plus 4 is 8. So option number 2 is the correct option, right? Complete the table using the function k equals 5d. So which is the correct option? We are given the function k equals 5d. You have to calculate the value of k when d equals 1 and d equals 4. So you have to substitute the value of d in the equation and you can calculate the value of k. You have to do 5, replace d with 1, right? Which 5 times 1 equals 5. So here you have 5. Now replace d equals 4. So 5 times 4 equals 20. So option number 1 is the correct option. Okay. The correct option is option number 1. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to the next lesson. The next lesson is complete a table and graph a linear function. You have to complete the table first, and we are already done. Like we just did the lesson, complete a table, right? So we know how to complete the table. So basically, we're going to learn how to graph the function, right? Let's just start with the test questions. You can have a look at the tutorial by yourself. They are already solved. Complete the table and then graph the function. So table is already completed. Let's see which is the correct option. Basically, you have to match this table of values with the graph, right? When x is 0, y is 0. When x is 1, y is 5. When x is 2, y is 10. Here you are not given with any line. Let's just match this, right? When x is 0, y is 4. Here you have it. When x is 1, y is 5. When x is 2, y is 10. So that is the graph that match the exact values in the table. So that means that is the graph of the given equation. Okay. The correct option is option number. Complete the table, then graph the function. So your table is already completed. Let's just match the table of values with the graph and see which is the correct function. Okay, so let's match it with the first one. X is 0, y is 3. So x is 0, y is 3 is this point, right? But this point is not on the graph, right? That means this isn't the correct option. 0, 3, 3, 6. Let's just match only first 2 points, 0, 3, and 3, 6, right? X is y is 3, right? X is 3, y is 6. So that means that is the correct option that match the table values in the table, right? So the correct option is option number. Complete the table and then graph the function. So which is the correct option? 154859. Just look at the first graph, then we will look at the second graph. Yes, option number one is the correct option, right? Complete the table and then graph the function. X is 0, 0, 1, 2, 2, 4, and 5, 10. Let's just see which is the correct option. Here is the first graph, and you can see here the value 0, 0. That means the graph must start from the origin, right? So the first option is not the correct one. The correct option is option number, yes, option number 2 is the correct option. Got it? Complete the table and then graph the function. The correct option is x is 3, y is 4. X is 3, y is not 4. So that means option number 2 is the correct. X is 3, y is 4. X is 4, y is 5. Option number 2 is the correct option. Got it? Okay, complete the table and then graph the function. So let's see which one is the correct option, option number one or option number two. The correct option is option number one, right? Because the hair graph, the start graph is starting from the origin. So the correct option is option number one. Read the table and then graph the function. X is 1, Y is 7, 3, 9, 4, 10. X is 1, Y is 7. X is 3, Y is 9. So option number one is the correct option. Complete the table and then graph the function. 0, 0, 2, 6, 3, 9. So which is the correct option? The correct option. That's the second one, right? Option number two is the correct option. Complete the table and then graph the function. X is 0, Y is 5. X is 1, Y is 6. So just look at the first graph. Is it the correct option? X is 1, 0, Y is 5. Here is X 0, Y 5. So option number two is the correct option. Okay, we are done with the lesson. So we were working on grade 8 math. Chapter we were working on is functions. The lessons we have covered today are constant rate of change, evaluate a linear function, complete a table for a linear function, and complete a table and graph a linear function. So please make sure before the next session, you can complete all the practice questions for the lessons we just did. That is your homework until next session, right? So if you need more help with any of the lesson, you can contact anything from the Skype. They are available from Monday to Friday, 5 to 9. Or either you can join me in the interact session. That would be daily from 4 to 5 and from 9 to 10. So if you need more help with any of the lesson, you can contact anything on the Skype. They are available from Monday to Friday, 5 to 9. Or either you can join me in the interactive session from 4 to 5 and from 9 to 10. So that's all for today. If you have any questions related to the lessons we have just did, you can please ask questions. I'm here to answer all your questions and confusions if you have any. No questions? Okay, then that's all for today. See you in the next session. Bye, everyone.